it's Betsy, and today I have a fun video. I'm going to be going over my October/November review roundup. So as you can see, my box doesn't have many in there. You can tell that is a whole lot less than what I normally buy. I went on a low buy at the end of September, so I've been very choosy about what I have purchased, and I want to tell you what I like, what I don't, and why. So we're going to start off with, this is the ColourPop Nightmare Before Christmas eyeshadow palette. So I bought the whole collection for this. This is what the palette looks like on the inside. This is also what I have on my eyes today. And honestly, the eyeshadow palette, the whole collection in general, has me a little bit disappointed. But like, I feel like they could have gone a whole different direction with this and it would have been better. But it just doesn't feel like there was a lot of effort put into it. Like the packaging, yes, 10 out of 10. The products, not so much, because you can't deny how beautiful that artwork is. I love the neon with the neon pink with the black, but where's all like the really bright colors? You know, you've got orange and pink on the outside of this, and you've got the greens, but there's no green in here, which again, they're missing the mark, because Oogie Boogie, you know, especially with how they've done it, is more that neon-y yellow green. So I feel like they missed the mark on this quite a bit. I didn't even film a review. Like, I filmed it, but then I decided not to post it because I was so disappointed in this. And I had hoped for more. So honestly, after this collection, even if it's Disney, I'm taking a break from ColourPop. I feel like their collections are rushed. Now again, the artwork is a 10 out of 10, but I don't need to be buying makeup just for the packaging. I really don't, because I don't display my makeup like that. So it's like, okay, why did I spend that money? Because like, that's what's on my eyes, and I just don't feel like it's that great. I've seen better from ColourPop. So next up is, this is the Notoriously Morbid Loki palette. Now this was the extra palette that I could purchase. I think I purchased this in October, may have been September. So this is the color story on it, and honestly this is my favorite purchase out of everything that I've gotten. I feel like this has an extremely unique formula. The color story, now like the greens and golds aren't super unique, but the textures in here are. You've got like duochromes, you've got some really special shades in here, and it has some depth to it. You know, there's only 2 mattes, but you can create so many different looks with these mattes. And like, I feel like Notoriously Morbid is a brand that is completely slept on. I said this in my review. This palette was $29. With shipping, I think I paid like $35, maybe $36. Still extremely affordable compared to some of the other things that I purchased. And I think that this is probably the most unique thing that I have from this from all of these products. And I think this is amazing. Like for Black Friday, I plan on purchasing the Notoriously Morbid palette because I think it's good, because I can buy one extra that's not Disney, Melt, Natasha, or Pat. So speaking of Natasha, we have the Glam face palette in dark, or the deep version, which you can use either the deep version or the light version. It'll work for multiple skin tones. Now I will say this, the blush color and the highlight are just absolutely fantastic. I have used both of those many times, and the eyeshadows I've actually used twice, which for me, you know how much my collection actually gets used, is really good. This palette like shocked me. I bought it mainly for the blush and highlighter, which is what I'm mainly going to use it for, but these shimmers are so good. So good. Like, this was like, I wasn't excited for this at all, but I decided to buy it because it's like, I really like Natasha's cream formula, but I wasn't like, who needs more brown eyeshadows? I definitely don't need any more brown eyeshadows. I don't need any more brown eyeshadows from Natasha. Like, I don't, no, you can't see it. I have a stack of eyeshadow palettes from Natasha. 90% of those have browns in it. Are these unique? No, but they're fantastic. The shimmers in this are so good. Like like this is like butter. Like it's so soft and shiny and sparkly. Like Natasha normally doesn't have amazing shimmers, and these are amazing. Like you can see the reflectiveness, and that doesn't happen very often. Like now it's not a Notoriously Morbid, so like this, look at this. So like this is one of the Notoriously Morbid shades, but it's still, you can see that there's quite a bit of reflectiveness. And let me show you what I mean by like more of these not super reflective shades. Okay, so these two are from the Nightmare Before Christmas. So there's the purple. You see what I'm saying? Let me move that so you can, there we go. So it will focus on. So you see what I'm saying? Like there's not a lot of reflectiveness on those ColourPop shadows, but you can definitely see the reflectiveness on the Notoriously Morbid and the Natasha Denona. ColourPop, I feel like, as I said, missed the mark, but Natasha, she got the memo. She improved. That makes me so excited. And Notoriously Morbid, they have kept their quality. So, next up, we're going to talk about some melt. But before I jump into it, I did want to kind of give an update. So I posted my video over Melt Doing Me Dirty because I was quite frustrated with how they launched the Amor y Mariposa collection. So if you don't know, there's quite a bit of drama around it. They released it for secret sale, then they decided to release it early to everybody else and immediately put it on sale. That frustrated me. I messaged Melt on Instagram. They responded back to me and told me to email them. So I emailed them my same message on email as I did on Instagram, and they ended up refunding me 25% of my PR box, which makes me happy, but that's not why I did the video. That's not why I even reached out to them. I just felt, I was really hurt because I have a lot of brand loyalty, and this puts Melt in a better light in my opinion. But also, you know, if you didn't reach out, you might want to try because they might do something for you, just to kind of give you a heads up. It did put them in a better light for me. And again, I didn't reach out to them and be like, hey, you need to refund me. That's not what I did. I just said I was disappointed because I'm very loyal and I felt you did me wrong. So sometimes that does help. So the first up is the blush palette. Now I absolutely adore this blush palette. I've used it several times. I love this more neutrally row, but I have actually used these pinks. Like I used this brighter pink, which is shocking enough to me, and then I blended it out with this to make it a little softer. Like I kept it the hot pink towards the back. This is a great blush palette. I love Melt's blush formula, and I do enjoy this because it isn't the Royal Blush collection and the blush lights that Melt does. They are more highlightery to me. Now that doesn't mean you can't use them as blushes. I think they're gorgeous that way, but some people don't like a super shiny blush. These are not. So you've got some mattes in here, and you do have some that have a little bit of shimmer, but it is not like highlighter shimmer. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they're pretty, but they're not highlighter shimmer. But you could use them as highlighters if you wanted to. But I love this. I think it's phenomenal. Now we're going to talk about the eyeshadow palette. This is the Amor y Mariposa palette. The artwork on this is absolutely stunning. I am obsessed with this. I love the realistic heart. I love, if you can't tell, those are hummingbirds that kind of look like almost like a crown of thorns around it. Then you've got your monarch butterflies, and then you have the picture of Laura Arellano's puppy that passed away in the butterfly, and then you've got these beautiful, beautiful roses, and it's like layer upon layer of roses. Like, you can see that there's the purple ones and the pink ones. Like, this artwork alone is something, it's a piece to be held. And then you open up the inside, and the color story on this is great. And I will say this, that even though this didn't have the biggest reception, because I think that's part of the reason why Melt put it on sale, I am in love with this color story, and I feel like the mattes are the good melt quality, and the shimmers in here are so much better, because melt again is kind of like Natasha, where you end up with some lackluster shimmers. But you see how reflective those are? Those are so much better again than the ColourPop. That you can see now why I'm like, oh, see, that is a difference. That's part of the reason why I'm so disappointed in ColourPop. Melt got their act together with their shimmers. They put out some beautiful ones. Natasha put out some beautiful ones. ColourPop, not so much. Also in the ColourPop collection, there were some face gems. I haven't opened them yet. I probably will at some time, but I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about kind of the rest of the ColourPop collection. I don't know if you can tell, the lipstick boxes are back there. I kept those. I'm gonna use them. I wanna do a Nightmare Before Christmas tree. Not this year, because I'm not even putting up a Christmas tree this year between puppies and all that kind of stuff. But I do plan on putting up a Christmas tree. So in the Nightmare Before Christmas collection, there were 2 eyeliners. So you have a black felt tip, and then you have a white felt tip. I haven't used these because I don't use liquid eyeliners, but ColourPop does have a good one. Nadia enjoys them. Then we have 3 bullet lipsticks. We have the Oogie Boogie, which is what's on my lips today. This is a beautiful color. Did I need any more lipsticks? No, honestly, I bought these because I wanted those ornaments, because those were what were holding these. I expected them to be a little bit higher quality, like the ornaments themselves, but it's okay. So Oogie Boogie is like a nude. Then Sally is the hottest pink. And then last but not least is Jack, which is a deep red, like more of like that orangey red. They're good. There's nothing wrong with the lipsticks. The packaging is so pretty. Like, if you can't tell, this has like a transparent, like a smoky black color. But the thing I think that disappointed me most in this collection is the Glitterly Obsessed and the Jelly Munch. So the Glitterly Obsessed, I have this on my eyes today. One, you are not supposed to wear these on your eyes. Let me make that clear. I like to live life on the wild side. I'm already blind in one eye. What happens, you know. I know this, and I'm not gonna hold someone accountable if I make myself go blind because I'm stupid enough to put glitter on my eyes. But I did. So, if you look at this, it is not the normal, like, it is much drier than normal, like, the base of it. It doesn't have the jiggle that it normally does. I did email ColourPop, but I never heard anything back because the Glitterly Obsessed and the Jelly Munches are the same way. Okay, so if you've seen Jelly Munches, they have jiggle to them. There's no jiggle, like none. Look, because this is already drying up. That's not the texture these are supposed to be. These are gonna be dry, and if, like, before I even really get any use out of them. I wasn't planning on buying any liquid eyeshadows, but I did decide to buy the PR bundle for this because I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I always joke, because one of the things I want to do at some point, I wanted to get tattoos under my ribs, one of Jack and one of Sally. But Lock, Shock, and Barrel, I always joke, are the kids. So this is the purple one, but you see what I'm saying? Like, there's no jiggle. These aren't the right texture. So there you go. And then last but not least is the pink one. I mean, there's no movement. That's not right. So that was a huge flop for ColourPop. That's part of the reason why I'm like, I think I'm gonna take a good long break from ColourPop. Unless they release something I'm like, oh, I just need to have it. And I hear amazing things about it. Now, I know some people liked it. And I know I'm gonna get comments that are like, well, you're being critical or blah, blah, blah. These are the things I like. There are certain formulas. I want super reflective eyeshadows. Like, shimmers matter to me more than mattes because, but like Melt and Natasha, I know that they typically have wonderful mattes. But I will deal with buying their palettes even if I know that their shimmers aren't my favorite because their mattes are so good. But ColourPop is okay. And that's not okay by me. I want to spend my money on things that are not just okay, are good, are great, are phenomenal. Because even though ColourPop is affordable, when you buy the whole collection of something and it's over $100, that begins to not be affordable for the general population. So there's my thoughts. Now let's finish on the Melt stuff. So you also have 3 pencil lip liners. These are really good. I have other ones from Melt. These are the same quality. I love that these are a sharpenable pencil. I love to have a sharpenable pencil for my lips because I need something that has a good sharp point because I shake really bad. If you've, like, I've done some videos where I put lipstick on, and if you see me trying to line my lips, either my face will actually start twitching or my hands do. So I like to have something that has a sharp point because it does make it a little easier on me. Sometimes when they're that rounded, it's so hard and they're too soft to actually make a good line. So those are great. Now there are 5 lipsticks in this bundle for the PR box. Now one thing I will definitely say about the PR lipsticks is, you know, in the PR box you got 2 glitter lipsticks, which I think that they are, if you actually look at these compared to the non-glitter, they're very close. I'm going to show you all the colors to the non-glitters. Like, I don't feel like there's enough color variation in these. But Melt has a great formula. So this is one of the mattes. This is the purple. This one's my favorite. I feel like this is a super unique shade. Now, if you look, so we've got the pink in the glitter, and then we've got, this is more of like a corally orange in the matte, more of like this pinky kind of color in the matte, and then the corally shade in glitter. So as you can see, this pink is a little bit brighter. I thought it was closer to the others, but these are all kind of similar. And once you get them on the lips, they're gonna be very similar. So like these 3, as you can see, there's not very much variation in the tones. And the glitter ones, so this is one of the glitter ones, I'll swatch it for you. There's not a lot of base color to it. So it's more on the sheer side. So I'm not sure if it's something that I absolutely love. I'm sorry that I'm sniffling. I have some type of sinus stuff going on. It's that time of year. I do that on a regular basis, and I've had my sinuses, I have had sinus surgery and I still have issues. And then last but not least from the Amor Mia Mariposa collection are the eyeliners. Now these are phenomenal. These are absolutely amazing. These go in the waterline really well. That's how I typically use them. I did a look and used this one in my waterline and it stayed so well. I've used Calibre in my waterline. I've actually used, you can see I've used Calibre quite a lot because I was trying to do a wing with it, and I tried and I tried and I tried and tried and kept wiping it off. And then we have the gold, and I've used that in my waterline as well. Again, all 3 of them are phenomenal. Now, the reason why I'm doing this now and not waiting until my last purchase comes in is because, you know, we got Thanksgiving around the corner. The only thing that I have purchased that isn't in this is I did buy the Disney Encanto palette in collaboration with Alamar Cosmetics. The artwork for that movie looks absolutely stunning. I was excited that they did a Spanish movie and they went with a Spanish brand, or a Hispanic movie and a Hispanic brand. I love that they did that. And Alamar, the color story goes with the artwork that I have seen so far from Encanto. So that definitely made me excited. But even if it comes in next week and I play with it and try it, I don't feel like I will have enough time to film or have my full thoughts together. So you'll have to wait till December. As I said, the only other thing that I'm looking at purchasing is the Black Friday is the Notoriously Morbid collection, because again, their palettes are stunning and I'm excited for that. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is typically Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with some bonus content thrown in. But I guess that's it, so we'll see y'all later. Bye.